Hey guys, thank you for being so flexible with me as I'm out these next 2 days in watching the videos to get so you at least get the notes in a proper fashion the way I would teach it. And then that way, if you have questions at the end of this, do your best in class tomorrow. See if the sub can help you out a little bit, but most of all, bring those questions with you to class next Monday, and then we can go ahead and work from there. I want you to start off with trying this warm-up. I want you, based on what we did yesterday, talking about the different angle pairs. So go ahead and do that, enter your answers, and then we'll check back in. All right, so now that we've done that, let's check those. So angle 1 and angle 3, those are what we call corresponding angles. And angles 3 and 6 are what we call alternate interior angles. Angles 4 and 5 are alternate exterior angles. And angles 6 and 7 are what we call same side interior angles. Now notice in my picture, I don't have anything parallel. Today we're going to start making that case for, well, what if they're parallel? So if we look here, I want to place a red dot in the interior angles that appear to be congruent. So I know that this one and this one appear to be congruent. And I think this one and this one also appear to be congruent. We know that this one and this one are vertical and this one and this one are vertical. So I would like to make a conjecture about the types of angles that are congruent. We're going to do that right now. If we have parallel lines that are cut by a transversal, which remember we talked about, this is your transversal, then if parallel lines are cut by a transversal, that tells me that alternate interior angles will be congruent. That tells me that alternate exterior angles will be congruent. That also tells me that corresponding angles will be congruent, as well as, this is my special one, same side interior, not exterior, but interior angles will be supplementary. So that's important to know as we get into this next piece. So if we need to fill in all the missing angles, I'm telling you here in this case that L is parallel to M. So if this one is 80, alternate interior angles make this one 80, then corresponding angles, as well as vertical, make this one 80, and alternate exterior angles make this one 80. That also tells me that because same side interior is supplementary, that this one's going to be 100. And then we can go back to alternate interior angles, corresponding angles, and alternate exterior angles all being the same. So I want you to go ahead and try this one, and then we'll check back in a second. All right, let's go ahead and mark these. I know that my corresponding angle here will be 76. I know that its alternate interior angle from the one I just wrote is here. And I also know that alternate exterior or corresponding from the one I just wrote will also be 76 right here. That means as well that because I have supplementary angles from same side, that this one will be 104 degrees, as will this one, and this one. So notice you will always have only two different angle measures. So let's take that one step further. Now we have some variables. I know that I need to first identify what my relationship is here. My relationship is that this and this are same side interior, and I know that those are supplementary. So I know that if I take 13x plus 23x, I'm going to get 180 degrees. So then I want to combine these like terms. 13 plus 23 is 36x equal to 180 degrees. I'm then going to take and divide these both by 36. And I know most of you cannot take 180 divided by 36 in your head. So we're going to go ahead and get out our trusty dusty calculator. And it asks us only to find x, so once we get this number, we'll have our answer. So 180 divided by 36 is 5. So now at that point, if we wanted to find the missing angles, we can. But it does say find x to fill in all of them. So if I wanted to, I could say, well, 13 times 5 is 65. And that means that 23 is going to be x is going to be 115 degrees since they have to add up to 180. And if we wanted to keep going, we could say this is 65, this is 65, and this is 65. And therefore then this is 115, this is 115, and this is 115. So let's go ahead, and this is our we got 2 more for today. Now I look and I say, all right, I know that this angle and this angle are corresponding, which means they're equal to each other. So that means 4x plus 22 equals 5x. If I subtract 4x from both sides, I get that x is equal to 22. And that means that because I want to find this value and this value, 2 matches with 5x because they're alternate exterior angles. So that means that the measure of angle 2 is equal to 5 times 22, and that's going to be 110 degrees. I can then go so far as to say that angle 1 then will be supplementary to that. So the measure of angle 1 will be 180 minus 110, which is 70 degrees. I want to make a correction to what I had said earlier. This one matches with this one and this one, not this one. All right, let's look at our last one for today. I know that these are considered alternate interior angles, and I know alternate interior angles are congruent. So that tells me that 2x minus 135 equals x minus 30. So I'm going to start by subtracting x from both sides, which gives me x minus 135 equal to negative 30. Then I'm going to add 135 to both sides, which gives me x is equal to 105. And at this point, I'm going to leave it at that. You can go back in and plug those in. We don't have any problems for you to try. No summary yet because we got one more day, so we'll finish this lesson up tomorrow.